Now, fair play is one of the cornerstones of any sport. We know that. A sport would be simply meaningless without rules and the players playing by the rules. And the power to ensure that rests with the umpires or the referees. But what happens when they themselves become victims? Now, this is what happened at a football match in Turkey. Take a look. Now, you must be wondering who this man is. His name is Faruk Koka, and he is the president of a Turkish football club. The name of the club, Ankaragucu. As you can see, he believes in a rather hands-on approach to do things. Pardon the sarcasm, but such an act deserves all the scrutiny and criticism. The incident happened during a Super League game yesterday. A Super League is a Turkish domestic football tournament. Ankaragucu, in their home ground, was playing against Rizespor. Ankaragucu was leading 1-0 throughout the entire match, but just when it was about to end, Rizespor scored an equalizer, holding Ankaragucu to a 1-1 tie. The goal came in during stoppage time, or to be precise, in the 97th minute. And after the final whistles were blown, this man decides to enter the field and punch the referee square in his face. It didn't just stop there. The club's fans went on and invaded the pitch and charged towards the referee. The referee was seen kicked in his face as he lay on the ground. Now, his name is Halil Umut Mila. He was struck multiple times. Now, can you imagine that? Someone who is entrusted with maintaining order on the pitch finds himself lying on it, bruised with injuries. Now, Mila is one of Turkey's distinguished referees. He's officiated international games for FIFA. The police had to intervene. He was somehow placated from the angry mob and then escorted to the dressing room. But what just happened? The incident has clearly been a shocker to wake up to. Why should a top official of a football tournament pay the price because a wealthy club president's ego was hurt? And why? Just because of a tied game. The referee had to be hospitalized. He suffered minor fractures, but thankfully, it only was to that extent. Now, referees the world over are always under pressure. We've seen that in football matches everywhere. Any decision gets players all in confrontation mode with the referees. It's a role that is most difficult in a football game. War of words are often exchanged. The referee becomes the center point of any and every disagreement. But rarely does it escalate into something as violent as what we have witnessed. The incident has since then gathered a lot of attention. Ministers raised concerns and questions on the violence that took center stage. And such acts results in consequences. It can't go without any reprimand. So in a move to punish the stakeholders, the league itself has been suspended.
As Turkey's Football Federation, we held an emergency meeting until this hour. We have postponed all matches in all leagues indefinitely. Unfortunately, this attack is very unfortunate and shameful for Turkish football. We believe Turkish football doesn't deserve this, and we say enough is enough. Enough.
Turkey's Football Federation has given no date of any indication or any sort of indication as to when the league will resume. Board members have openly condemned the attack, as they rightfully should. But is that enough? All those involved should ideally face the music, and not the kind they would like. What's clear as day is that the referee Mila, was just doing his job. To give you an idea of who Mila is and get a sense of his credibility, here is some information about him. Mila is on UEFA's elite list of referees. He's only 37 years old and has been recognized by FIFA since 2017. Now, a referee's decisions are final and binding. It's the final voice in any match. And that ability to take impartial calls is what they, in fact, are hired for. Anyone even contesting that is always penalized. We see cricketers penalized in terms of match fees and even suspended if they so much have gestured their displeasure with an umpire's call. Here, the referee was physically attacked. So who should be held accountable? Who should be actually punished for this league being put on hold? It should be the club president, who lost his cool and went just a bit too far for raining violence on the referee and bringing disrepute to the game. Even Turkey's president spoke about this. He said, and I quote, "I condemn the act on referee Halil Umut Mila after the Ankaragucu Caykur Rizespor match played this evening, and I wish him a speedy recovery. Sport means peace and brotherhood," he says. Sport is incompatible with violence. We will never allow violence to take place in Turkish sports. The latest developments, of course, is that the club president, Faruk Koka, has been arrested. He, along with 2 other suspects, have been taken into custody. What's also come out is that Faruk Koka is said to have threatened the referee, saying the words, "I will finish you." Judicial investigation is underway. The opponents, of course, Rizespor, has expressed support for the referee. They wished Miller a speedy recovery. But this brings a sport like football and the rowdiness associated with it to the fore once again. Last week, we spoke about the dark side of this beautiful game, and this is yet another chapter. But will Turkish football be quick enough to recover from this horrific incident? An incident like this is bound to have a domino effect. No doubt there will be repercussions to this shameful moment, as we are witnessing, because this punch is going to take more than just a band-aid and some antiseptic to fix.